went from YouTubers' most serious moments to Joe Rogan's top 5 most heated moments, right? I've never actually sat down and watched a Joe Rogan's podcast, but I've seen clips of it, especially clips of him and Theo Vaughn. So, I saw this and I said, you know what, let's just react and see some serious moments. I don't mind. Let's go.
Throughout 14 years and nearly 2,000 episodes, I've seen just about every side of Joe Rogan. But on occasion, things get a bit tense. So here are the 5 most heated arguments in JRE history. Kicking things off, we've got Dave Portnoy and Rogan debating if Tommy Fury is a real boxer or not.
Fury is not a real boxer.
Of course he's a real boxer.
No chance.
He's a professional boxer.
I saw Tommy Fury box. He is not a boxer.
Well, he's definitely a boxer.
Well, he puts on gloves.
He's definitely a boxer. Here's Tommy Fury. You tell me this guy doesn't look like a boxer, you're out of your mind.
Yeah,
But I don't give a dude. Look at this. Look at this. He's fighting a professional boxer.
Criticize him however you want to, but he's still a boxer. He got a record and he had fights. What are you claiming to be a boxer? What is a boxer to this person? I mean, he is a boxer. Whether you like it or not. He had professional fights under his belt. Whether you like him or not. I mean,
The guy's fighting looks good. Dude, you're crazy if you don't think Tommy Fury's a
I don't
boxer. Look at that uppercut. Shut the up, dude.
No.
Shut the up. Watch this.
Find the
Just
Tommy
look at
Fury.
this.
You can just say, okay, in your opinion, he's a shit boxer, but just completely saying he's not a boxer at all. What's the definition of boxer? And I'm not looking it up.
Tommy Fury fight.
Dude, shut the
This
up.
guy cannot.
Please shut the up and watch this. Watch what he's doing. This motherfucker is 100% a boxer.
Can you find me the record of
watch
Borgianski?
this. Stop. Watch this. Watch this. Look at this. Look at this.
What is
This
that?
guy's boxer,
That
man.
doesn't prove anything. Find me the record of Borgianski.
Just look at this.
And even though Dave refuses to believe Fury is legit, Rogan continues to prove his point despite Portnoy's hard stance.
Tommy Fury is 100% a legit boxer. You're out of your mind if
No.
you don't. Look at this.
What
look
is
at that
you
right
think
hand.
that was in slow motion.
No, it's not in slow
I
motion.
think you slowed that down.
Bro, I mean, you could say he's not, in your taste of boxers, he's not on the upper echelon. He's shit compared to other boxers. You can, I'm not saying that, I'm just saying in his, because the way he's talking, he completely doesn't like Tom Fury and boxing coinciding at all. He doesn't like that.
This is a highlight reel. But look at his highlight reel. Look at his highlight reel. He is 100% a legitimate professional boxer. If you don't think so, you're just being a hater. Just watch some of this. Dude, this is legit boxing. Watch this. You're out of your mind if you don't think this. Look at this.
Can we
Shut the
rewind
fuck
that
up
one?
and look
Can
at
we
this.
rewind and show the punch that guy in the red trunks threw? That was
Because the guy's already rocked.
No, he wasn't rocked
Yes,
when
he
he threw
was.
that.
He absolutely was. He'd already been pummeled.
Now, despite them agreeing to disagree on Fury's skills, this take by Dave on Jake Paul's future fight with Tommy definitely didn't age too well.
I hope they fight because I'll put my net worth on Jake Paul.
What if Tommy Fury boxes him up? What are you going to do then?
He won't.
You don't know that. I don't know that.
I was at the fight, the Jake Paul fight in Cleveland. Tyrone Woodley won, and Tommy Fury fought on that undercard. He was the worst fighter I've ever seen.
Now, from disagreements over boxing to questioning if the earth is round, this next argument with Eddie Bravo would test Joe's patience.
Where's the pictures from NASA? How come they don't have any?
They don't have that space.
They don't have the technology?
No, they just never did it.
They also
Eddie,
don't give a
Eddie,
about proving it's round. These
Eddie,
Japanese pictures, I've seen them. Put them
They
up.
don't
They're
have that
terrible.
kind of
Show me a
space
real
satellite.
picture. Show me a real picture.
Listen, NASA
Oh, he's
does
a
not
flat
have one of
earther?
those satellites.
Fake.
Why do you think that's fake?
That's legit fake as
Why does it look fake?
It looks something you would see in a movie.
That's because when they do it in a movie, they try to make it look like this, which is what
man.
looks real.
If that's real to you, man, shit.
You don't think it's real?
They faked 6 moon
Eddie,
landings.
stop saying that because it's irrelevant. We're not talking about the same
It
people.
looks fake to me.
Eddie, that's 1969. We're talking about 2017.
That looks fake
So
as
you think there's some gigantic conspiracy involving the Japanese government where they put up a fake picture of the Earth from 22,000 miles up every 10 minutes? High resolution,
Yes.
downloadable
Yes.
photo. You think
Yes.
it's fake?
Not
Is there a
flat.
photo of this flat Earth?
No, I don't. Like I just said again, there's no photo of the flat Earth from space. There's no photo of the round Earth from
That's
space.
not true. That's not
the
true.
truth. It's all
No,
fake.
why do you say they're fake though? What
They
evidence?
look fake. They look
Okay,
CGI.
But you're not an expert in imagery.
And despite Rogan's best attempts trying to convince Eddie the earth is round, things would continue to heat up when Jamie pulled up an article disproving one of Eddie's points.
So this thing that you keep repeating is
Okay.
and this thing that you keep, but don't, no.
Hey,
'cause
where did you get this information?
Jamie?
Where'd you get it?
Where'd I get what?
This information. Where is this coming from?
It's coming off the internet.
Exactly.
American-
So
what is
you're
that?
reading
Journal?
some information. I'm reading some information
Slow down,
off
slow
the
down,
internet.
slow
You
down,
didn't go to the
slow
library.
down, slow
It's
down.
on Wikipedia.
Just slow down.
Eddie, stop
There's
doing that.
sources here. There's a book called the American Journal of Science. I'm sure that a lot of
Which
people
is
respect that.
bought and paid for.
Well, maybe.
It is. It's
Well,
bought and paid for. It's
Well,
part of that.
Here's the thing, Eddie.
It's
why?
like the Washington Post.
Eddie,
All you gotta do
no,
is look
Eddie,
into
they're
it.
not. They're
It's
not
huge.
They're
Flat
not
Earth
getting
is
knocked
huge.
down. That's why we just read this thing that you've been citing, and you didn't even understand it when we were reading it. But that's
You
how
read off the internet.
Where
complicated.
the
I
fuck
read
am
it
I
off the
supposed to
internet
read it?
too. I read it off
I
the
don't have
internet
any books
too.
here.
He's
I'll go find
cheesed.
the encyclopedia
No,
if you
we're
want.
both reading
and
off the
print off-
internet. We're both getting our information off the internet.
Even though Joe couldn't convince Eddie the world was round, Rogan and this next guest have a bit more in common when it comes to the dimensions of our planet, but they do get into it over Christianity's role in society.
Everywhere that doesn't have a strong Christian heritage is a f***ed up place with bad morals.
That's a ridiculous statement. That's a
Wow.
ridiculous statement. Everywhere that doesn't have Judeo-Christian values is a f***ed up place.
I think that, yes, I think we should be perfectly reasonable, respectable thing to say. Our culture is better. I believe our culture is better
Our
than everywhere
culture,
else in the
the
world.
culture of Christians.
I think European
are running around doing ketamine and each other.
European and American culture, which is based on Judeo-Christian values, is better than other cultures. I think it's uncontroversial to say so.
But what's based on Judeo-Christian values about being a good person?
Ultimately, our
It has
sense,
nothing to
ultimately
do
our
with
sense
the
of right and
myths
wrong comes
involved.
from the Bible.
What?
It does.
What comes from the Bible?
Ultimately, our sense of right and wrong comes from the Bible.
Our sense of right
I think-
and wrong. The only way that a person could have ethics and morals and treat each other
No, I
well.
didn't say the only way.
Don't you think
I
that
said this-
people
no, I didn't say the only way.
understand what's
I said
good
this
and what's
specific-
bad? Listen, if we're gonna have a conversation, we can't keep talking over each other like this. When someone's trying to make a point about something that's
Go ahead,
complex
go
like
ahead.
this, if you think that the only way for a person to have ethics or an understanding of each other or compassion for each other is to rely on ancient myths that are easily scientifically
I didn't say
disproven,
that.
well, that's what Christianity is.
No, I didn't say that. I
Well,
said that
that's
the
what the
specific.
Bible
I said
is.
the specific set of values that you have is influenced more than you would like to admit by your Judeo-Christian
What's it?
heritage.
It's influenced by a
There are certain
horde of
things that
different
I think all of
And the conversation takes a turn towards Milo's sexuality as the two debate the role it plays in his arguments.
But who you are, being a gay
That's not
man
who I am. It's
that's
how I behave.
promiscuous,
It's what I do. I
but
mean,
that is
this is-
prohibited in the Bible.
Yes, but I agree that it would be better if I didn't behave like this, and if I could
Do you
choose to
really?
be
So
heterosexual,
you're a
I would do so.
self-loathing.
But didn't he just said that his right or wrongs comes from the, but he's not. He's also not following the Bible, because I'm pretty sure being gay is not religion. I don't speak on that, especially not on the internet. We leave those stuff alone. like literally, let these guys talk about it. They're educated. I'm not. I'm not about to put my 2 cents in. We're just gonna watch this and listen, right, everyone? We are not putting our 2 cents in this, right?
No, homosexual.
No, and I won't have this. You need to read this wonderful essay by Brett.
No, I don't need to read. I need to know what the you're saying.
Okay, so Brett Easton
Because
Ellis
what you're saying is who you are.
No, it's not who
It's
you-
prohibited
it's not
in the
who you
In the
Bible.
Bible.
because I don't think my sexuality is an important component
It's a
of
huge
my
part of you. You talk about it all the time.
Right.
It's a massive
Talk about
part
it.
of what we've talked about on the show.
I think
It comes up anytime you want to make a funny point. It comes up anytime
It's
you
true,
want
I
to
do
define
rely
your
on- I do rely on it for
sexuality
humor,
or your urges or
I do rely on it for
your
humor.
decadence.
I
You-
think
you
people- I think
jump
people-
to it because
I
I think it's you.
Now, while Joe was sober throughout the other arguments, this one with Steven Crowder would be influenced by alcohol, which might have led Rogan to get a bit more fired up than usual.
First of all,
Yeah, I read about what the sources
First of
are,
all,
the original
what,
study.
just because someone gets in an accident and they're high,
See,
because hold on, stop.
No, hold on a
you,
second. This is
you
because you just
interrupt way too much.
No, no.
You need to stop.
You talk
Hold
in
on a
paragraphs.
second. No. I don't talk in paragraphs. I make full points. If people are high a lot, and the same amount of fatalities exist, but the people that get checked once they get into these accidents happen to be high, it does not necessarily mean that marijuana caused those fatalities. It could be that you have an increased incidence of people doing marijuana and altercations that could not have been avoided.
It could be.
So all these things are good. Marijuana is one of the things that are
Sure.
good. Don't shore, man. Just like you don't shore turmeric, you don't shore ginger, you don't shore a reduced sugar diet. All those things that reduce inflammation are good
Yeah,
for you.
I don't buy that smoking marijuana would be as beneficial as a reduced sugar diet. And my point is that people
you
get
might
so
be-
offended
you
by
might
me
be
saying
correct.
that and saying, but if you want to smoke, go ahead.
You might be
Shouldn't
correct,
be
but it
offensive.
doesn't matter because it's not a contest to see what's the most beneficial.
And things would continue to heat up as they dive deeper and deeper into this topic, till eventually they reached a boiling point.
You're the guy that thinks people should be able to do whatever. You're a free
Yes,
market guy,
that's
right?
what I just said.
So if you're a free
Smoke
market
pot.
guy, why wouldn't you be in support of something, whether it's the most
I just
beneficial
said I am.
or equally
I just said I
beneficial?
am.
But you're not necessarily, because
I am.
you're
But
denying.
because right
you're
now of the
denying-
chemical
Hold on,
compound
face. You're
Whoa, watch it,
denying.
Come on, it's been a good
Come on,
conversation.
We're friends. I'm just joking. Since marijuana legalization, highway fatalities in Colorado
He's
are at
pissed,
near
that's why.
historic lows.
You haven't bringing up the source that you want to find.
Washington,
Wait, what?
Colorado are at
Hold on a
near
second.
historic lows.
You haven't bringing up the source that you want to find.
Washington
Bring up the
Post.
study right there. Yeah, Washington Post. Bring up the study that we wrote. We wrote about it on our website.
Look, I don't care about your website, you Since marijuana legalization, highway fatalities in Colorado
Since you
are
called me
at
hold on a second. Since you called me a pussy, and you do this with the crazy lady at a comedy club,
buddy, I
you
think
think if
you.
you scream enough,
I
that's
like
what my
you.
point is. I don't
I
care
don't
about
think
it.
that if we
Smoke
scream
up.
enough-
And you just said I was interrupting. You're interrupting now. I'm screaming.
Because
I don't care
Jamie
about it
put
enough.
up a post, and you're not.
But I don't
you're
buy
ignoring
that
it.
it's as valuable as a low sugar diet. And the fact
Doesn't have to
the
be
fact
as
that you
valuable.
can't have a conversation about this as civilly as you did every other issue tells me that there's
That's not true.
there's a problem. This
It's
is
not
a TNT powder keg.
I can.
This
The
issue
problem
with
is,
pot.
I get very defensive when people start talking over me.
Now, while Joe isn't as fiery in this last argument, he does take a hard stance against Candace Owens and her beliefs about climate change.
You
I
don't
thought-
think we have to care about the environment? Like, what do you,
Not even a little bit.
not even a little bit? Because if you want to step outside of the scientific consensus,
Right.
which is vast and involves 10,306 scientists, and just say, I don't believe in it,
Yeah.
even if you're right, you don't have enough information to say that.
Right. No,
You might
but
be
but that's what I
correct,
said. That's the
But
whole
you're
point.
saying you don't believe
I
it.
don't. Yeah, I would have to have someone sit down and convince me that it was real. I personally don't believe it. That's okay.
But why?
It's good to
but-
start
but
at a
here's
place
the
of
thing.
not believing something.
No, it's not.
You think you should start with believing everything.
No, it's not believe either or. Not believe yes, not believe no.
Yeah.
But don't say you don't believe.
Yeah.
Learn about it.
Yeah.
Learn about it and then have an opinion. But you're stating this opinion without having any real understanding of
Right.
what climate
Well,
science.
And he presses harder on Owens, hoping to eventually get her to look at the topic a bit more objectively.
There's a big difference between measuring the CO2 levels in the atmosphere and deciding whether or not there's an afterlife.
Right. I'm sorry that I just don't believe. I don't believe in global warming. I'm happy to.
You're allowed to
Yeah.
not believe in it.
That's all I've been
But
trying
my
to say. Is I
problem
don't
is
believe in it, but I have not.
You're an influencer.
Yeah, but
and you're a very bright person.
But if somebody had asked me, like at a place where I'm influencing on a college campus, what's your opinion? I would say I have none.
I bet you would say I don't believe in it, like you just did.
That is absolutely not.
But you
that's
just
not
did
true.
it.
There are so many instances where you could watch this, just like, and you can ask Dave Rubin when he asks me a question. I say I don't have an opinion on it.
About a different
But
subject,
yeah,
perhaps.
because you and I are having a conversation one-on-one. I'm not sitting here to try to. I don't go on campus talking about global warming because I don't have an opinion on it.
I'm too uneducated for these type of content because I would love to put my 2
Throughout-
cents in, but I don't think I have any.